Cutting edge or over the edge, body modifications are on the rise, and the most popular body piercings, noses, nipples, and nothing we can show on here.
And Alyssa, get in more. Or, I don't know, that's fine. Hi, friends.
Welcome back to Pretty and Pierce. Thanks for joining on today's episode.
Today we're gonna do what is it? Kiss, marry, kill.
Yeah, rate,
date, hate, different piercings. We're just gonna be doing like two very basic graphs that we found on Pinterest that are super cute. Shout out whoever made these.
No, for real.
And we're gonna like kind of rate them on a scale of like kiss, marry, kill, I guess. We're going top to bottom from facial piercings on this graph, and it's gonna be first one is gonna be eyebrow.
So when we got our eyebrows all together, we did it like it was a fun eyebrow party.
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't see what it would look like, you know. I was like, if I like it, I like it. If not, okay. I love it, honestly. Like, I always be posing with it in selfies. Like, I can't help it. Yeah. I rate it like a 9 out of 10.
A 9 out of 10 is high, dude. It was good.
I also rated a 9 out of 10. Please
She's
go
got
get
two.
your eyebrows pierced. I have both of mine done because I'm absolutely obsessed. So go do it.
I was so obsessed with the eyebrow piercing.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, I was obsessed with the 90s version where it was like all the way to the tail of your eye, basically a random surface piercing like on your face with a hoop in it. And so that's what I tried to do. She didn't do too good. She was temp. Definitely a temporary piercing. I definitely have like I look like my dad. And that's something I personally can't get out of my head ever. So I feel like I have a more masculine face, and I felt like I couldn't pull off the eyebrow piercing like Kylie and Alyssa could.
I disagree, but I can understand those images.
They disagree. The eyebrow.
The eyebrow piercing.
For me on my face, it was a 6 out of 10. I loved it so much.
On other people though?
On other people though, always 10 out of 10. I have never pierced or seen an eyebrow piercing where I was like, that looks bad on you.
Yeah.
Unless it was on myself, but let's be honest, like, you are your own biggest like critic, you know what I mean? Next piercing is the bridge.
Okay, so when we're rating them and dating them and hating them, it's just for ourselves, right? Not for our clients?
Yeah.
Okay. Bridge for me, I'm not emo baddie enough for it personally. I wish I was. My alter ego has it for sure.
Yeah.
So for me, I'd rate it a 5. Date it. I probably won't get it pierced just because, I don't know, I'm scared of rejection, I guess.
Yeah.
Even though I have a dermal, I'm scared of rejection. But that's different though. That's the scarring on that I feel like is so different. This will look like
like a little, like, oh, I used to have a pimple there.
Like, yeah, like I had acne scar or something. This is like, it's too parallel front and center, you know?
That's
so I probably wouldn't get it. But do I hate it? No.
Okay.
Like, if I could have it without the risk, I would.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like, my little sister FaceTimed me and her a week or 2 ago?
Yeah.
2 weeks ago? And was like, because she is the most clean girl aesthetic ever. And she was like, I'm going to get a bridge piercing. And I was like, that would eat so hard with like her clean girl aesthetic, like the way she dresses, the way she does her makeup, the way she does her hair, and then just randomly having a bridge piercing.
Right.
I was like, that would be so gorgeous. Like, it would look so cool, because I always say all the time, my favorite bridge piercing I've ever seen was on some random frat boy, like dressed like a frat boy, looked like a frat boy, but randomly had a bridge piercing.
Right.
And I live for that. I love it so much. So kiss a bridge, because I love it on clients. I think it eats even if you're in your complete clean girl aesthetic. I think it is beautiful, but I don't think it would suit me very well.
Yeah.
But next is a dermal. Mary. My dermal is my favorite piercing I've ever. No, they're so cute.
I love it. I can't. The fact that they're not permanent per se. It's like, it's just part of the fun, you know?
It's
like,
almost more comforting. Because it's like, that's what makes, like, tattoos so scary. And, like, piercing's a little easier.
Yeah, and like we said, like, with the scarring, like, I've seen people who had their dermal removed. The worst I've ever seen is where it's, like, slightly thinner of skin in, like, the crevice of where it was. But that's also, like, you let it reject out completely, and your skin, like, I saw the skin type, you know what I mean? I know, like, it just depends on the person, but
the only, like, time I've ever seen a dermal scar where I was like, I could tell it was a dermal scar was on, like, my adopted siblings, their birth mother. She has a huge gap, like, probably bigger than my dermal top.
Was it a surface?
Dermal top.
Or was it a dermal?
It was she said it was a dermal. She said she used to have a piercing there. So I'm like, I don't know what millimeter biopsy punch they used, but it was insane.
They might have done it with the 2 needles, like, that way and that way.
I think that they did.
Ceci's, like, she removed them herself, or tried to remove them herself, and then Dad took them out the rest of the way. And when she came to get them redone, like, they healed up great.
Yeah, it also, like, depends person to person. Yeah.
Okay. But I love dermals. I love doing them. I love mine. Personally, it wasn't a bad experience getting mine. Like, I was pleasantly surprised. But I will say, like, cheek dermals are easier than, like, chest dermals and, like, back dermals, because the skin is more pliable, you know? So
yeah, you're always moving your face. It's a lot stretchier up there than, like, other places.
Yeah, like,
usually.
Getting my chest, that's tight, you know, like, gripping that, like, I would have a hard time piercing my
just
own,
like,
you know?
pinching right here kind of hurts, so I can't imagine that. Yeah.
But I would rate my dermal, it's actually my favorite, so I'm gonna rate it a 10.
Marry.
I would marry that.
Yeah.
And then would I hate it? No. And a lot of other people might disagree with me, but
it's our favorite.
Yeah,
it's my favorite to perform. It's my favorite to do. It's my favorite to have. I love a dermal. Next is do you want to do
anti-eyebrow,
yeah, like a surface bar.
I don't think, personally, it's not in my setup that I want, but I think they're cool.
They eat down.
I love a vertical forehead surface, or vertical bridge, or whatever you want to call it. I think they are so cool, and I used to shit on my dad because he said that he wanted it, and I was like, that is ridiculous. Like, he wanted a ginormous, like, 8mm gem, and then he wanted, like, a 4mm gem or some shit like that.
That would eat down.
I was like, bro, what are you doing, right? And then he got it, and I was like, I'm obsessed. Yeah, I'll show you a picture. I'll maybe insert the picture if I can, but I loved it. I thought it was so cool. And I like it a lot more than an anti-eyebrow. But a regular anti-eyebrow surface, I would rate it like 4 for if I had to get it.
Yeah.
But, like, on the people who, like, rock it, 10 out of 10, chef's kiss.
Definitely.
But I will say the scarring is, in my opinion, worse.
Probably like twice as bad.
Yeah, and if you're using the right jewelry, obviously, like, you have higher chances, but it is still a risky piercing.
Yeah.
So, personally, I wouldn't get it. Would I hate it, though? No.
But, yeah, I did an anti-eyebrow on her little brother. It ate down. It looked so good. He had to take it out because of boxing. But it was so fun. I would date an anti-eyebrow for sure. I would date her. I would try her out, see how she feels. Open to marriage, open to breaking the fuck up. On a scale of 1 to 10, though, I would definitely rate the anti-eyebrow like an 8 out of 10.
Okay.
I've never pierced an anti-eyebrow or a surface piercing that I didn't fucking love, personally.
Right. But on yourself?
But on myself, on me, if it was an anti-eyebrow, 4 out of 10.
Right.
I'd be like, I don't know. Maybe with a whole setup, it would be cute.
Yeah.
Like, because I feel like it wouldn't look good on me, but also I feel like I would love it.
Yeah, hit or miss.
Yeah, for sure. So good. Every anti-eyebrow I've ever done, it looks so good, but I know I would not look good in them.
Yeah, right.
I love that client we had the other day, the tattoo client we had the other day, where she had a big dermal
Yeah,
top and then a little one. But I thought that looked so cute, having a anti-eyebrow and then having a big like a big diamond and then a little
Hers was
diamond on the
probably 8
second one
millimeters as well.
Yeah, it looked beautiful. I loved it so much because it looks like a double dermal, but it'll hold better statistically with your tissue, you know. So I think that's super cool. I think that's a great alternative. I do definitely like with, let's just skip to this part with back dermals. I would definitely rather do surface bars on the back dermals.
The doubles.
So it looks like double dermals.
Yeah.
Like side by side on your back dimples, because it holds so much better. Because I can't imagine like pulling my fucking jean pants down.
I don't know. Either
and
way.
And ripping a dermal out.
Either way though, because can you imagine like pulling on the surface?
Pulling on
the
two, but also like, I don't know. I just feel like they would hold. I've performed them before, and looking at them and feeling them, I'm like, this shit would hold up if you accidentally snagged it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I'm like, if I'm to get those, I will get surface piercings, like a surface bar and not a dermal.
Yeah.
Because also though, I'm clumsy.
And movement and sleeping and everything.
All of that. I toss and turn. I'm a clumsy girl. So if I was to get back dermals, I would get a surface bar instead of a dermal.
Yeah.
Okay, but next is high nostril.
So personally, I don't know. I really like them, and I contemplate a lot going if I should get double high nostril or paired like mantis piercings.
I think you should get both.
Have 6, 7 nose piercings.
I've already had 6 before I even thought about a piercing apprentice.
That's insane.
Apprenticeship. No, I had 5.
Yeah.
I had 5. Let me get ahead of myself. I had 5.
Yeah, but high nostrils, I think they're beautiful. I love the chains. I love the cute like beaded ends and stuff. For me, I think I would love them on myself, honestly. So I'm gonna say probably like an 8. On other people, I think they're always cute. Solid 9. Solid 9 on other people. And then I would definitely date them, maybe marry them. Like I feel like if I would go through getting them done, I would keep them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just work with the jewelry.
Yeah.
But I would never
jewelry
hate
is
it.
huge. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and this girl on TikTok. Okay, so we were talking about high nostril chains. This girl had her regular nostrils and her high nostrils, and she chained the regular to the high and the regular to the high, and it was like a cross, and it was so pretty.
It looks so good. I agree with that 100%. I'm thinking the first person I think of is the Corella DeVille girl.
Yeah.
Who does suspension and stuff on TikTok. I love hers. They're a little like on my nose. I would have to have them a little more dainty. Yeah. I love high nostrils though. I think Kylie should definitely get her double high nostrils on top of her normals, and then I think mantises with like the heeled itty bitty dainty push pins. I think it would eat down so much.
I even like the tiny discs.
Yeah, those are cute.
But I think like I don't know.
I'm not gonna lie, my entire Pinterest, if I open Pinterest on my iPad right now and show y'all, it's gonna be nothing but paired high nostrils, paired mantis, paired septum, for like 30 pins. So I'm gonna rate it Mary. I would love it. I think it would be cute on me. I think it would be cute on anybody.
Yeah.
Should get them. I think they're so cute. You can't go wrong with them. Definitely Mary.
For sure.
10 out of 10. Regular nostril, 10 out of 10.
Yeah, literally.
You cannot go wrong with the regular nostril. There's nothing to even say about that.
Alyssa, were you there? These girls come in the other day and they were like, would my nose look good with a nostril piercing? I'm like, literally, like, don't ask me. Like, I'm gonna say
What? Would my nose look good with a regular nostril?
Yeah.
Because I've had people DM me about that. We're being like, I want a nostril so bad, but my nose is so big, it won't look good. I'm like,
you're literally crazy, because that is like,
what are you talking about?
Best way to fix that insecurity, in my opinion.
It is also the most basic piercing that anybody can get. Like, it's hard to look bad with it.
Yes.
I'm shocked if I don't do at least one nose piercing a day. You know what I mean?
100%. It's crazy. No, you can never go wrong with a nostril piercing on anybody. 10 out of 10 would marry. On a scale of kiss, marry, kill, or what is it? Yeah, kiss, marry, kill, marry. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10. You can't. No one looks bad with a nostril if it's done properly.
Well, I mean, I agree with everything she just said. Yeah. 10 out of 10. And marry.
And it's the same thing with the next one.
We both have both, Yeah. And I love when it's 2 and 2 and 2 and 2. That's been one of my favorite projects. Gorgeous. Yeah.
Love her.
I love her.
Next one is also the same thing, septum.
No, I just put my face in here because you said you like the 2 and 2, 2 and 2.
Yeah, like literally all 3 of us have paired nostrils.
You can't hardly tell. I have studs in mine right now.
Same.
Me too.
We all do.
But anyways, next one is same thing pretty much.
Yeah, septum.
I already tell you, septum piercing. Never seen it look bad on a human being before. I think it eats down every time.
Agreed.
Pretty much everyone has the anatomy for it. You just can't really go wrong with a septum. I think it looks good on everybody. Personally, I love it.
I think it's like the same thing about like it's one of the easiest like confident boosters out of all of the piercings, you know what I mean? But I loved the like spur of like the trendiness in them. Like right now we're still kind of in the eyebrow era and the surface bar era, but right before that it was septums. You know what I mean? And I thought that was really fun. And it was cool.
I love seeing the trends and stuff from like TikTok and everything too.
Another good thing to mention though on the septum is, yes, there's gonna be minimal scarring. Who's gonna see it?
Who's gonna see it, especially at that age?
So if you're worried about it,
buy some Mederma. Shit's like $6. You'll get over it.
What? Like who's looking in your nose? Anyways, I
have more acne scars than you have piercing scars. You're gonna be okay.
That is so real.
You're gonna be okay.
I rate the septum 10 out of 10. Marry the septum. I will never get rid of my septum.
Oh yeah.
And also
same thing.
Jewelry, so versatile.
So versatile.
But yeah, we love her. 10 out of 10. Marry.
10 out of 10 would marry the septum. I'm obsessed with her. Never seen her look bad on anybody ever in my life.
True.
Medusa is next. Personally, I've never seen a Medusa or philtrum, technical term, look bad on anyone ever. I think it is one of the cutest lip or oral piercings someone can have. Yeah. And the jewelry for that is also very versatile.
I will say, for me, I don't know. I don't think, because I love my...
A Medusa would eat down on you.
Thank you. But so I love my nose setup so much, but I feel like it would get crowded very fast.
I think a regular Libre would look better on you.
Yeah, or maybe...
Because it leaves that little gap, a little moment.
Yeah, so I don't think I would get it, but I do love them, and I think they're stunning. So for me, I would rate it maybe a 5 because I think it would look good, but it would be too much right here, you know. I would say date, it would be one of those ones where maybe I would get it just to see if I like it, and then we'll go from there. But I wouldn't hate it.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely same. I've been talking about getting a Medusa for so long.
Really? Since
long.
Literally met her.
Yeah, I think that was one of my apprentice interview questions was what's a piercing you've always wanted to get or something, and I said Medusa, but I just haven't gotten her yet. I don't know how she would look. I'm also just a wussy.
No, she's not.
I'm definitely not, but I don't know. Oral piercings are just my greatest fear because I haven't had dental insurance since I was fucking 11. So I'm I know I'm just gonna be adding on to my issues in the future. Yeah. And I'm not willing to pay for that. So I haven't gotten it, but I think they are probably some of the prettiest, most feminine, cutesy oral piercings you can get besides dahlias. Dahlias are my new obsession.
Yes. I've been trying to not that. I've been thinking about it.
Oh, you should. Dahlias,
but I'm scared.
They're so cute.
I need to get more into my emo Y2K era, and
yeah.
then
Yeah, I felt that. Anyways, Monroe is next.
I'm a Amy Winehouse girl, so Monroe, Madonna, same difference. I'm sorry, I'm gonna keep it at that. They are the same exact thing. Do you want the right or left side? That's all I care. You know?
Yeah.
It's an upper lip piercing. Anyways, sorry about that rant. I think they're cute on the right person.
Yeah, it takes a certain aesthetic, I feel like.
On myself, I don't think so. No, because out of all of the lip piercings I would get, like a regular Labray, a regular Ashley, or Dahlia's.
Yeah.
Right? I don't think a Monroe on me, personally.
Yeah.
But I love it on Amy Winehouse. I love it on this one girl on TikTok.
Yeah.
Like, I love it in my Pinterest board.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, it takes a certain person to pull off a Monroe, or it takes like the complete opposite of it. That's what I say all the time. It takes like either the perfect person to pull off a piercing, or the perfect opposite of a person to pull off a certain piercing, and it eats down every time. And something I love Monroes. I think they look so cute. I think they're so cute. I wouldn't get one personally. I don't think it would look very good on me. But like, I think also the paired Monroes, like snake bites, but on the upper lips.
What are they called? Dolphin bites?
They're called like dolphin bites.
Something silly.
I think they look so good.
Especially
anyone
like
I've ever seen with
on
them.
a guy with like facial hair, like.
Next is vertical Labray. Eats down every time. Never seen it look bad. Never seen it look bad.
Alyssa, I recently did Alyssa's.
Freehanded this.
Bro, and it's so symmetrical. Like, I know this light is not doing me justice from this angle, but like...
Oh, it looks so good.
I love it.
I want one so bad. I'm
Yeah.
so scared though.
I think
I'm not scared, but like...
Back to the symmetry too, because like boom, boom,
I feel like
boom, boom.
her setup is so feminine and I love it.
But vertical Labray, 10 out of 10. Nothing is wrong with her.
Yeah.
She's not even oral. It's
it's definitely your safest option.
It's your safest option for a lip piercing. She eats down every time.
I agree.
I'm obsessed with her. I think it'd look good on me. I think it'd look good on everybody. Mary across the board.
Right. I also would like to bring up paired vertical Labrays. I think are super cool. They're not as popular, obviously, but I would be more likely to get like a centered vertical Labray. I would rate it 9 out of 10 because I don't think I would keep it forever. But I like her. She's cute. I would date her.
Date her for sure. I would marry that bitch. I'm so lucky to have a client who got 4 vertical Labrays technically from me. They're talking about getting some on the bottom too, so I'm like, this is like so fun. Like maybe do a centered one to off balance the double tops. We got to ears. There's not a lot to hate here, but we're starting off real strong. The industrial.
Okay, so not a lot to hate. Personally, I am not an industrial fan. I hate to admit it. I'm dropping the T.
Dropping the T right now?
I will never get my industrial pierced. Like, I cannot get paid to get it done. I struggle with a helix piercing.
That is so real.
Like, do not put an industrial in my ear. I will cry.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to rate it on me, like, 0. On other people, like, if you have anatomy for it and you can heal an industrial, you deserve a 10 out of 10 gold star.
Yeah.
But they're not my fan. I'm not a fan. So,
if
you want your industrial pierced, I will happily do it if you have the anatomy.
Oh, yeah. Performing it is... Yeah.
But on myself, I can never. So,
I honestly, I do feel that because this is a conversation we have had before where I do not have the anatomy for an industrial. I do not have the anatomy for an industrial at all. Never been something I was interested in. I was never even told I have the anatomy for helix until I started working at Daddy Jack's. So that's crazy.
We have
first
options,
of all,
babe.
That's crazy. But I have never wanted to get one because I've always known I couldn't. I think performing them is so fun. I love drawing my little graph on people's ears. I think it's so fun. I love performing them.
Really satisfying because it's like the most geometry I do all day.
Satisfying.
You know,
I love performing them. could not get one myself. Definitely like 1 out of 10. I think they're cute, but I couldn't get one. I physically couldn't. Performing them 10 out of 10. Seeing them on other people. I am gonna do it like a 6 out of 10. Like I would date it, but I wouldn't marry or kill it, because sometimes when people like, I can tell when people are sleeping on it, or I can tell when people aren't taking good care of it, or when people are putting some crazy jewelry in it, and that shit pisses me off. I'm like, bro, that is the hardest piercing to heal, and you're treating it like shit. Like,
it's
girl,
so
what are you doing? It's hard. Yeah, it hurts my heart. I'm like, girl, flat.
I have some flats. I
have a flat.
I love them. I have them. I plan to get more. So I'm going to rate them. Well, before I rate them, actually, I have a very hard time healing them. I am not going to lie. Helix piercings and flat piercings. Flats especially. This is my 3rd time getting it done.
Oh.
This is my 3rd time getting my flat done on this side. I have moved the dot, so like it's not directly through scar tissue, but I sleep on it every single time, and this is the first time I've used a donut pillow. So, you know, I'm doing better, but I'm still not doing the best.
Yeah.
But it's just kind of part of it.
This
is Evie.
Yeah, the flat piercing, for me personally, what would you rate it?
Oh, I'd rate it an 8, just because, like, I would give it a 10. I'd give it a million because they're gorgeous and so versatile. But because I personally struggle with them, I'm going to say 8. Everyone else 10, you know. Just don't sleep on it like I do.
Yeah. With my, like, ear type, I have my flat piercing on my, like, better ear for, like, with the anatomy prospect of it, like, for piercings. I have it on my better ear. I would definitely rate it, like, a 9 out of 10 because it was honestly my easiest piercing to heal. And I'm really good about not sleeping on my flat, because even when I do sleep on that side, I have my arm like protecting it. So I was very, very mindful about not sleeping on it, and it was like my tissue right there is very, very thin.
Yeah,
so I thought it was very easy.
Difference
yeah, it does make a difference in healing. I thought it was super easy. It was very out of the way with me banging on it, like getting anything stuck against it, anything like that. Yeah. So I would definitely rate it a 9 out of 10. I would marry it. I love a flat piercing for me. Yeah. And then the next is a helix piercing.
Yeah, girl.
Which can be the same level as your flat.
Yeah, it's
but
like,
I would rate a helix 5 out of 10. I would maybe date it.
That's tea.
That is tea. Like,
hot take.
I've been healing my helix for like,
I will say,
7 years.
This beautiful girl on TikTok, she made a video one time and she was like, for a first cartilage piercing, I would not recommend a helix. And it's so valid because every 13, 14 to all the way up to 16-year-olds, like their next one other than earlobes, they always want a helix.
Yeah.
Which, same. I did the exact same thing. When I was 14 years old, I got mine done.
Don't call me out like that.
But, like, it is so much more likely to get caught on shirts. You're so much likely to sleep on it. When you hug somebody, it is so, because it's on the outer ridge,
Putting
you have nothing
sunglasses
protecting
on,
it.
putting eyeglasses on, doing your hair, like putting on your shirt, taking off your shirt, like taking a shower. It's gonna get caught.
God forbid you see a hairstylist.
Everything. God forbid you have to get your hair done because it will get caught on everything. Whereas a flat is more protected.
Yeah, it's like a little more
and
farther back in a sense.
Yeah, so like maybe date.
Yeah.
I would give it a chance.
A helix, I would rate it probably 8 out of 10 as well because it's the same thing for me as a flat. Like, literally the exact same.
Yeah.
But I do plan on getting more as well. So I guess marry. Yeah. It's like a marriage where like we don't talk to each other. We just like live in the same house.
Yeah. Kind of same for me. I rate it 5 out of 10 because you can't go wrong with it. Yeah. But also like it's harder to heal than like a flat is for me and my anatomy personally. Yeah. And then we were moving on to forward helix, which I don't have one yet.
Yeah, I want one. It's in my goals. Yeah. But I will say the biggest issue we have with those. Can y'all hear her? Should we just figure it out, or should we move?
I'll figure it out.
For a forward helix, though, like the biggest
the biggest issue is hair.
Yeah, hair and sunglasses.
Every single time. Glasses, like if someone has glasses and they want a forward helix, I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, how do I place this? But that's when I always recommend like a lower one, like closer towards the daith.
Yeah.
Literally game changer.
Yeah.
But I think they're beautiful. I do want one or two, so I'm gonna say 7, 8, because I'm not sure yet on myself. But I would probably date / marry, because if I get it, I'm probably gonna keep it. But
that I feel the same way. I would give it like a 7 because they've never looked bad to me ever. They look good on everybody, and then it is just a healing process, and the fact that I don't have one myself yet.
Right, exactly.
Which I definitely need one. But that does bring us into our next one, which is the rook, which I don't have one yet. Callie's been trying to get me to get one. I want one really bad. I just haven't. I need to heal some other piercings before I get one.
No, literally. That is so real, because we're taking a break for a little while. But I have a rook. I got mine almost 2 years ago now. So we pierced her, with a curved barbell, and then I changed it out to a tiny hoop in mine, and I want to add a tiny charm to dangle. And I love it. I think it was so much easier for me personally because it was protected by the outer parts of my ear. So sleeping was a little bit easier, and clothing isn't really an issue. Sunglasses aren't an issue. I think it's a great piercing to get in the moment. Like for me, all cartilage piercings so far for me kind of hurt the same, but it's fast if it's done correctly, and I would do it again if I had to. So I'm gonna rate this one a 10. Honestly, marry it. I'm never getting rid of her. And I have nothing bad to say about a rook. I think they should be more popular.
I'm going to rate a rook a 5. I would date it because I haven't had one myself. Yeah. But I do think they always look good. Yeah. And I want one. I just don't have one yet. Yeah. And then the next one is daith.
Come here, pretty girl.
Doth.
Yeah.
A doth.
Technically.
Yeah.
So
clients call it a daith though. So it's a little easier to communicate with clients.
I want that one, and it's probably my next one if I'm being completely honest. Like, cartilage wise,
I'll do it tomorrow. You'll be in tomorrow.
I'm scared. I really want my daith. I'm gonna get my daith.
The jewelry for the daith also is so cute. It's
and like
so
the hearts
cute.
too. I think for the daith, like, it's the same as a rook. So like if I could do that, I can do a daith, and I think the healing would be very similar. So I'm going to rate it for right now a 7, but I'm thinking it's going to jump up to a 10, and I will date it. Maybe we'll get married, but they're beautiful.
Willing to.
And I definitely want one very soon.
No, I definitely feel the same way because I don't have one yet, but it is up there on my list, and I think the jewelry's so cute. Yeah. And I think that people have been talking about the benefits of one, and I want to try it out for myself. Yeah, because that does bring us to our next one also, which is a tragus, which I would argue is similar to the daith.
Very similar opinions.
Very similar opinions with the tragus. Before I ever even knew that the doth was like an acupuncture point for migraines and stuff, and it's supposed to help relieve migraine pain. I got both my traguses pierced.
I'm so sorry. The other day I pierced I think it was double helix, like a paired helix type thing. It was on a daughter, and the mother was there, and the mother and dad were both acupuncturists, and so I got to speak with them. Yeah, I was like, wait, dad wasn't there, but I spoke to the mom. And so I was like, so since you told me that, let me ask you a question. Yeah. I was like, I'm sure you've heard of the rumors of like a daith piercing and with migraines or a tragus and whatever they want to say it is, appetite, whatever, And no, that's what I hear the most with the tragus. It's not about headache, it's about appetite. And she actually believes it. She believes it.
And she's not an acupuncturist?
Yeah, she's not a doctor. She's not a piercer. Personally, I don't struggle with migraines. The appetite one, that seems a little more silly in my opinion.
But like to hear her like side with it was very interesting. But I don't know. It's like in my head it's a placebo, but also like who knows?
That's
Who
crazy
knows?
because if I think about it, like I did start losing hella weight whenever I got my tragus pierced. And I got both my traguses pierced at the same time, like 30 minutes before I had a shift at work. Real smart. And I said whenever I got them pierced, I was like, I felt a pop, like on each side, like opposing sides. I felt a pop, like at the top of my head, like right here. And I felt pressure leave. Yeah. I literally felt like pressure leave it, and like my head got lighter. Whenever I was like, am I just lightheaded? Like, that's never happened to me. And then, like, afterwards, I was like, no, like, that was genuine. But I felt it on, like, this side with this ear. And then I didn't feel it on this side. But I did get, instead of piercing my tragus, it was, like, pierced, like, my face over here. And I felt, like, the biggest crunch. And it's because he, like, scraped all of my jawbone and then went in through, like, my fucking tragus. And I didn't even notice until I got to work. And my manager was like, you got a facial piercing? And I was like, huh?
Like, you got a dermal?
Yeah, they were like, you got a dermal? And I was like, what? No, like, my tragus is pierced. And she was like, babe, this one's on your tragus. This one's on your face. And I was like, what? And I went and looked in the mirror, and no shit, that shit was like an inch away. Like, she was in there. Like, even when I press on my jaw, like, it still hurts. I don't know, it's probably because I have PTSD from it, but I didn't feel it on this side, which makes sense because he didn't even pierce my tragus. And then when I got it pierced on this side, actually, like 2 years later, after I let it heal, I did feel it again at the top of my head. So I was like, crazy. Okay, well, that's kind of crazy. Like, but I didn't think it was an acupuncture thing. I thought it was a me thing. So I think when I get my date pierced or my doth pierced, it'll probably do like the same thing. Awesome. I don't know. I want to see. Because I went into my tragus piercings knowing nothing about any of that. So.
Also, Brie has 2 tragus piercings. I have 0.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, let me pierce your tragus.
We'll get there.
I did like 3 today.
What would you rate your tragus now that they're both good?
My tragus, I would marry her. I would rate her 10 out of 10. They're probably my favorite. They're definitely my favorite ear piercings ever.
Fair. Anytime,
especially paired with the dermal. Get it on your dermal side because it's like a sparkle. It is so. It's my favorite thing ever. It's the only side I'll take selfies on because it's so cunty.
Real. But
I'm doing that tomorrow. She has no choice.
Oh. So I would rate it maybe 7, 6 right now, just because same as the date, it does seem a little more intimidating. Yeah. But I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna keep it. So date and marry her. But nothing bad to say. Cute jewelry options. You can sometimes do more statement pieces too. Yeah. Which I think is fun. Yeah. Like they're you could do something much bigger in a tragus than you can in a forward helix. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I like them, but you know, never gonna wear AirPods while I'm healing. The fuck?
Do not do that. Yeah.
The fuck?
We need to have we've said this in an episode before, but we need to have a pre-tragus piercing horror story time because I can't even get into it right now. But next is the conch.
We love the conch up in
I
here.
have 3 conch piercings.
Literally.
They were the easiest piercings for me to learn, the easiest piercings for me to perform. And they were so fun. They're so cute. Yeah. They're a little harder to heal. They were a little harder to heal with a hoop. For me.
They're kind of a mix, you know.
Yeah, because I do toss and turn really, really bad.
I think, sorry to cut you off, that was rude. Mm-hmm. But I think for me, like, we both got ours pierced with a hoop. And for me, it wasn't really bad at all. The issue I had, though, I was at the time working at Starbucks. And we had headsets, and I have my conch on my right side, and a headset. The buttons are on the right side because your hand is on the right side, right? And so that definitely prolonged my healing, and that was tough, man. But I love it. I think they're beautiful to put like a crescent or like a cluster. Like one of these You know what I mean?
Yeah.
One of the curved pieces of jewelry.
But yeah, I have 3 conch piercings.
Yeah.
I've got one on the side. We pierced it with a hoop. Had a hard time healing it because I kept giving people side hugs like an idiot.
She jumped in the lake.
I jumped in the lake. I was going crazy. I was a crazy girl. It didn't take horribly long to heal. Or not to heal, but to stop hurting anyways.
Yeah.
But this side we did a double conch at the same time. We did studs, flatbacks for both of them.
They're super
I
cool.
had no issues hardly at all healing them. No issues like bumping them into anything.
Mm-hmm.
So this side was great. This side was pretty great too.
Mm-hmm.
It was just me like bumping it into things because the hoop
Yeah.
has to be so long for swelling that I felt like that made it a little harder. The flatbacks on this side though were a little more protected because it was behind my ear.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
it just made the whole process easier.
Just God forbid, like,
Yeah.
I would say like the issue with the stud on the conch, especially while it's like in the beginning stage, like before the downsize,
Mhm.
is like hair and sunglasses.
Yes,
You know?
I did have.
That's the only issue.
Definitely. Yeah, I love all the conches. I think they were great. I would marry them 10 out of 10.
I agree.
Great piercings, especially if you don't have like the anatomy for helix. The conch is
yeah.
probably definitely for you.
Like, that's what we did on her side. On
Because
her other ear.
my helix on this side, I don't know if you can tell, but it folds over really, really bad right here, so I can't really get any helixes. So we did. That's why we wanted to do the double conch.
Yeah, and that's probably the side we'll do like your brook on, you know.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, I love my conch. I would
She's
get it,
great.
I would get it like a stud on the other side, but I would rate her a 10. I would marry her.
Yeah.
I think she's a safe piercing. Like,
very safe
like,
piercing.
going back to that easier jump than a helix piercing. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So I love her.
Definitely.
Yeah, earlobes.
That brings us into our next piercings, which are lobes. Anything on the lobes. I just recently got my lobes pierced
Dude.
again for the first time since
We
I was
did a
like
fun one.
17.
We did like the newer, like,
the
forward.
stacked lobes, forward lobes,
so they're closer to her like jawline almost,
like
But they're
directly
right-
under my tragus.
right where the earlobe starts. I love them. I was very proud of us. I was just so happy to do it.
I'm obsessed with them. They haven't been giving me any issues.
Good.
Of course, I've been cleaning them like every day. I've been adding them to my skincare routine. You know, my
Yeah,
little routine.
Earlobes are just tradition.
They're traditional.
They're just tradition.
They're super easy. I will say I have caught myself looking at them throughout the day because it's like I wake up in the morning, brush my teeth, wash my face, clean my piercings, go to work. After I get ready for work and I go to work, I clean my piercings again in our piercing room, and I have noticed some foundation on the beginning of my ears, which is like right where those piercings are.
That's
so
a
like
great point.
yeah, so I immediately clean that off.
Yeah.
Because I do like to do my foundation with a brush.
No, because
which in the
even
bristles
same
will
on my
brush
first
against it.
earlobes, and yours
Yeah.
are closer, so yeah, that makes
Yeah.
perfect sense.
So that is something that I've been paying more attention to. Is that
Yeah.
I do. I'm more likely to get foundation in my piercings right there.
That's why we clean our piercings, girlies.
Yep. Like literally, I probably clean mine like 3-4 times a day.
Yeah.
Even my fully healed ones, I'll still clean them up so that the jewelry's nice and shiny. Yeah, that's my only issue with those ones so far. And those are the first ones in years I've caught, and I love them. No issues with them.
So with that, were you a baby when you got yours?
No, I remember when I got my first lobe piercings because I got, I think I got one on one side and started crying because I literally remember this. I told my mom, I was like, it feels like lava. I was like, it feels like lava. It feels like lava. I was like 3, 4, and my mom was
If
like,
a little girl ever says that to me, I will start crying because you said that.
yeah. And so my mom was like, it's okay. We can do another one another time. And I was like, okay. So we leave. I've got my pirate one ear piercing.
That's so cute.
And
Was it the left or the right side?
I'm pretty sure it was this side, my left side.
That's funny. That's actually really funny because that's the.
Yeah, exactly. And so, and then I remember like months later, probably me and my mom were out. We were yard sale shopping, and she bought me like a toy horse, and I was so excited about it. I was like, Mom, I'll let you pierce the other side of my ear, because like my mom was doing like my mom did all my piercings like before like you did my piercings, except for like one time when I got my helix pierced. I went to a tattoo shop for that.
Yeah.
She's a cosmetologist, and she pierced my ear like because we were out and about, you know. And I was like, oh, it's fine, but she also did it with a gun. So that's why I was like, it feels like lava, it hurts so bad. Because she did it with a gun, like, this was also, like, in the early 2000s. Like, and I was like 4, it was like 2005 or something. Like, the fuck?
Yeah. What do you mean?
Lobes I would marry them 10 out of 10. You can't go wrong with a lobe piercing, ever.
For sure. I think generations and generations have been getting their earlobes pierced, and it's like, it's the one that, like, almost everyone is on board with.
Oh, yeah, everyone has one.
The smallest % of people left who actually care about it, you know?
Yeah.
And so we love them. The first time I got mine done, I was like a baby, I think. I'm pretty sure my mom took me to get them done. I don't know the story, but I'm pretty sure I had them when I was little. And then I remember I didn't have them for a while. And then I was like maybe like 7 or 8 years old, and my dad had recently opened up the shop in the old location, and I was like, I want to get my ears pierced.
I literally want to get my ears pierced, you guys.
Literally. And so my dad like pierced my ears the first time, and it was super cool. And then, or I guess the second time, he pierced my ears, and then I didn't get my seconds until I was like 17.
Damn.
Like in my no, not in my apprenticeship, but like about to be.
Yeah, like right before.
Yeah, so I got my seconds, and then like 3 weeks later I got my thirds.
That's
Which
crazy.
you can do. Maybe it's not the best advice to do it, but I've been taught how to
take care of them.
So
that's the
fine.
biggest thing, certainly.
Yeah, so I rate earlobes 10 out of 10. We love them. They're never going away. And I will marry them. I will die with my earrings in my
Die
ear.
on that hill.
So, yeah. Anyways, I think next week we should do all of the piercings we didn't mention today.
Ourselves?
Controversial piercings.
Controversial piercings.
So, hot takes, all that good stuff.
Which we kind of went through, like, we went through a little bit, like, piercings we wouldn't get today that are, like, on the, because everything we covered today was very, like, basic piercings.
Yeah.
Very basic piercings. Like,
We didn't even tell y'all about a rhino.
Yeah, we didn't. Yeah, there's so many things we haven't even talked about today. So, those were all the, like, most basic piercings that you can get, basically.
Yeah.
And we did Kiss, Marry, Kill with them, you know.
It's a good time.
This is a good time, good little rating. So I think that next week that we're gonna have to do some more controversial ones that you don't see every day and talk about those, because that would be really, really fun.
I agree. So fun talking to you guys.
So fun talking to you guys again. If you have any cool like video ideas, please let us know in the comments.
Yeah, shoot us a direct message on Instagram.
We want to know what you guys want to see. We want to know what questions you guys have. I know people love seeing like the controversial piercing videos, especially if they have that piercing, you know. So I want to know like what controversial piercings you guys have too.
Yeah, tell us your stories.
I'm always curious about that.
And if you made it to the end of this video, you should post us on your story,
Yeah.
tag us, and tell us what you want us to do.
Bye friends.